getting more resources into the game is one of the extremely hard things, especially when it comes to the early stage of the game, as well as if you're free to play. Today, I'm taking you through a complete beginner guide on how to be maximizing the output for the resources, how to be getting as many resources as possible, as well as we're going to have a look over heroes that can be changing the resources gathering and generating the resources into your building. So let's just dive into it. So we're starting with the first thing is how you actually can be maximizing getting more resources. To be getting the resources, it's mainly, or there is two ways you can be actually getting them, and that's completely for free. The first way going to be from the building into this your shelter. We have in the hunter's hut, the lumber mile, the kitchen, and as well going to the power plants. These four are going to be generating the main full resources that you're gonna need, which is the wood, food, stone, and electricity. Thanks to Sonic Top-Ups for sponsoring today's video. It's a platform that helps us players to be saving money, and it can be up to 20%, and it includes Dark War Survival. So, as you can see that right now I'm in the game, and there is pretty much a lot of offers, including just the plain rupees, and it can be up to $100. But if we compare it with Sonic, you'll see that a lot of offers available in Sonic Top-Ups, including the plain diamonds or rubies, and the highest one in the game cost us $100, not including the VAT, but with Sonic, we're able to get it for $82. All you have to do is just to be choosing an offer, as an example, the $100, and then you can be recharging and contact support. And then we're required to be making purchases to Sonic points. And this one, it's easy. We can just simply do it on the website, and you can choose any kind of amount you would like to be making a top of for. The lowest price is $20, but for you as a first time to use their service, you'll be getting $5 as a starter offer. All you have to do is just go to your profile, user center, and after that, contact support. You'll see that there is 3 ways you can be contacting them: Discord, WhatsApp, Line, and all kind of top-ups that get done. It be done while you're chatting with support, so it will be while you're attending to them. So check them out, and I'll leave to you guys in the description the link to their website and the Discord. Make sure to join their Discord because they're hosting often giveaways for in-game purchases. So thanks again to Sonic Top-Up for sponsoring today's video. And you can see over here how many or how, the amount that get generated per minute, not per hour, but it's per minute. To be able to increase this output into higher stages, then all you have to do is, of course, upgrading the building to the highest you can. And these small buildings that or furnitures that's inside the building itself, it's a must to be building them and upgrade it to the highest you can, because it will be increasing the production during the time, which is really good. It doesn't really cost much. It's only costing the same currency, and it helps in the long term. And it's the same with all the other 4. For the next one going to be in the gathering ground, there is the call button, or the survival's call. This one's gonna be giving us 2 things, or 3 calls from here actually, which we'll be using. Gonna be the resources allocation. This one gonna give us an amount of resources that is equal to 5 days with the game time, of course. It's not really gonna be that much, but when it comes to the early stage of the game, it's really gonna be changing the game. The next one, for the second order, going to be the total mobilization. For this one here, it will be helping us to be increasing the amount of work that the survival into your shelter will do to be getting more resources. Yeah, it will be getting the mood -10, but it doesn't matter. The last one gonna be the assassination boost, and this one as well gonna be helping with the resources to be boosting the production by 100% for 24 hours. Well, it's 24 hours according to the time of the game, but it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes. This is the three calls from here that you must use. For the raid construction, this one is when it comes to upgrading the buildings to be reducing the construction cost and the time with 20%, which is really good. But I've already covered it in another video. For the next one, going to be, or the next way how to be getting resources, going to be actually by gathering it from the world. When we go to the world, there is all the resources available in the world map. There is the forest for the wood. There is a derelict for the electricity. And then we're having the iron mine and the mint. The mint is for the coins, which, first of all, I see it's not really needed to be actually gathering it since we're getting it from the adventure. The adventure, we're able to get the coins as well as food to be upgrading the heroes. For the next step, which is the most important part when it comes to being a free-to-play, going to be actually which heroes that can be helping in improving these resources gathering and the resources output. And in the early stage, this is one of the extremely important things that you should be actually considering to work on these heroes. Yeah, they are not really that fancy hero, but if looking deeper, it's actually going to be given a huge game changer for you. So when we go to the heroes, we're talking about the low quality heroes. We're talking about the purple heroes. Some might be like, but wait, we're not going to be using them for PvP or for the PvE. Well, it's completely true. Some of them actually we can be using in the early stage in the PvP part, but when it comes to the resources, there is actually going to change how you're going to get more resources. As an example, we have in Selena here. If we go for the skills, her third skill gonna be helping with the electricity and the resources output by increasing it with the percentage. So the more level we're doing for this one here and working on these heroes, the better it will be helping with getting more resources into the shelter. The max can be reaching to 7%, and that's only by making it to 5-star. From 1-star gonna be given 3% for the output to the electricity, 2-star gonna be for the complete resources, all of them. And yeah, it's really worth to be working on them. And the other heroes going to be from the blue quality as well, still gonna be bought. His third skill as well is helping with the iron gathering speed. So it's not for the shelter production, but it's more for the iron gathering speed. So when you're sending troops outside to gather iron, he must be one of the heroes that is included in this truck to be able to make the speed or gathering these resources faster. For the other one, going to be that Chinese one, going to be helping with the wood gathering. So when we're sending to gather wood in the forest, then it's a must to be sending him along. It will be making it faster. Yeah, you're able to send any kind of heroes in these trucks, but if we send these specific heroes, it will help to make things faster. And instead of taking 12 hours, it can be even 20, it can be 10 hours, especially when it comes to the later stage in the game when we're gathering level 8 resources. Let's start finding level 10 just to show you an example. And yeah, usually level 10, level 8, going to be around the highest city. So we can check it over here. So we're having level 7. Yeah, level 8 is here. So if we check with 2 different trucks, the easy way that I'm following is to be pressing on this option, apply gathering recommended lineup. Then they will be putting in automatically. If I don't, then it will be sending the truck that is with the heroes I have selected. And here you can see the gather time. Right now, if I don't include the ball in this truck, then it will be 10 hours, 42 minutes. But if I include him, then it's going to be reduced 10%. Yeah, it's not really much different, but in the long term will be actually worth it. Look into that in the alliance tool. See, first they're going to be including gathering, so it's really important to be getting ahead in these parks. It's in this area over here. So it's really good to be paying attention and work on these heroes in the long term. Going to get a huge game changing for you. For the next one, going to be as well, we're still talking about the blue heroes. They are blue heroes, but in the long term, they are really benefitable. Then going to be Ruby, and her third skill going to be aiming completely on the output for the wood and the resources as well. So it's focusing on the wood, gonna be increasing the output for it, and the output is the production of the buildings in the shelter. So it's really good to be working on these ones. And then we have Enjoy and Air. He's working on electricity gathering speeds. It's important to be always working on these heroes. And when starting them up in the start, you're not really going to be using anything other than their own shards to be able to actually prioritizing which one of them. Then it's going to be depending on which resources you're laking off. You can be going for the wood, you can go for the electricity, and these two that can be struggling when it comes to the resources in general. So for the next one, going to be the third tip in this video, going to actually to include a farm account yourself. I don't know if any of you or you know this part, but I'm going to mention it either ways. You're able to actually have two different characters under the same account and the exact same stats. If we go to the avatar on the top left and then go to account, then you can see here character management. If we press eyes, then you're going to see create a new character. Up to 2 characters can be created in each stat. So I'm having one character here. If I want to be creating another one in the exact same stat, then I just press on plus and then to be searching for your own stat. For me, it's 99. And here you can see that it shows you how many characters in that stat. So it is really good to actually feature. Yeah, some might be considering making more characters in the same server under the same accounts, but that's not for me, unfortunately. I'm not really a big fan of having farm accounts looking through how many games I'm playing, and at the same time, it's time consuming because you need to be working on your alliance, your farm account to be upgrading that one in order to be able to get more output for the resources and sending trucks outside to be gathering it and tons or loads of work. And you can see over here that 99, I'm having one character and I'm still able to actually do another character. So this is how you're able to do an farm account under the exact same characters. For the next tip going to be actually trying to remember it, but apparently I forgot. Yeah, it's the part was killing events. The killing events basically going to be attacking other shelters and then able to be plunder their resources, and that's pretty much another way to get it, but personally, I don't prefer the boss. I'm some type of fun player. So yeah, it's really, really good to be working on these heroes as well as following these ways. You'll be able to upgrade the output and resources gathering. There is still more ways you're able to improve this part from the research. If you go to the research, then you can simply work on the economy. The economy here is mainly focusing on the resources and the output as well as the gathering. We will check over here. There is the streamlined production. This one gonna be increasing the iron production into the shelter. So that is focusing on the building into your shelter. There is more things over here that will be increasing the production to all kinds of resources you're having. It's really good to be working on this one in the early stage. If you're free to play, it's really good to do so. Look into that we're going to need a lot of resources to be able to upgrade the buildings because the higher levels, the more resources it will be requiring, as well as The same for the troops. Training higher troops require a huge amount of resources. I hope after watching this video, you will be able to maximizing your output and gathering speed for the resources into your account and to be able to be progressing into the game in a faster pace. Look into if you're free to play, it's always challenging to be processing into the first few days of the game to be able to have a ground to stand on. I'm making sure that if I find more ways or when a game adds more ways to be able to get resources, I'll be sharing it with all of you to be able to maximize your output for the resources and making sure you're going to be reaching the highest you can. If you find this helpful for you guys, make sure to be dropping the like and subscribe to the channel for more content to Dark War Survival. And if you find it helping you out, make sure to be dropping your opinion into the comments, your thoughts about this one, or if there are any requests you would like me to be covering as soon as possible. I'll be more than happy to actually give your opinions and your requests. It helps me as a creator to be able to make videos and guides to all of you to be involved into the game. That's all for this video, guys. See you all with another one. Till then, take care and enjoy the game.